All right, we're back. Movie review segment, HSC Podcast 159. Just got back from the sports segment, so we're going to jump into our movie reviews. But before we get into that, we got some fun trivia for you.
What?
It's not really trivia, but this is for you guys. And you're going to guess the movie by the actors.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you guys the actors and see how fast you can guess the movie. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, so first movie, Danny McBride. Probably can't guess it from that, but maybe you can.
Pineapple Express.
Bill Hader.
Super bad.
It has to have all these actors in it.
Okay. Hot
So
Rod.
Danny McBride, Bill Hader, Steve Coogan, and Danny McBride, Bill Hader, Robert Downey Jr.
Uh,
It's got Bill Hader, Danny McBride,
Opera.
Steve Coogan,
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder. Good job, Derek. Got it.
For some reason, Steve Coogan, I was thinking of the Coogan from Ventures in Babysitting and
Yeah.
Don't Tell the Mom the Babysitter's Dead. And that's why it caught me off guard.
That was good. You got it before the stars. All right, here, next one. Let's see. Oh, this one might be a little too easy for you, but man, I need to go a little lower on these, but we'll just start with whatever it is. All right. So, Cole Hauser,
Dazed and Confused.
Casey Affleck.
Goodwill Hunting.
Well,
Oh, man. Wes, dude, you got to get in on this.
sorry. It's
Derek's knocking them out. All right. Ben Affleck, Matthew McConaughey.
Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and confused. Dude, Derek's knocking these out. Martin Sheen, Mark Wahlberg.
The Departed.
Dude, got it again. Armand Asante, Josh Brolin, Cuba Gooding Jr., Denzel Washington.
Um, gosh, what's it called? The gang with the gangster woman. It's American Gangster.
There, got it again. Dude, Wes. Yeah, killed
Oh,
here.
that's what I'm good at, dude.
Well, I didn't even. I'm trying to. Caught me off guard was Armand Asante. I was like, what?
Well, that's what I was trying to start with, like the lower, no, the names,
Hmm.
but man. All right. Well, Derek killed that. Good job.
Hey, I used to kill the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, so
All right, well, good job there. So we'll get into weekly movie review. We did wrestling last week. We did top five worst 90s movies. But this week, we're going to jump into James Bond movies. A lot of James Bond movies out there. And I got to tell you, after watching, and I mean, obviously we've seen all the James Bond movies, but they're very similar,
when you watch them back to back, yeah.
right? When you watch them in a row, it seems kind of like the same storyline a lot. So,
Well, and it was good as we went with three different Bonds too.
right. So I purposely tried to pick a different Bond because of the ones you guys picked. And let's start with yours because no, it's not only one of my favorite Bonds, but or Bond movies, but you chose A View to a Kill. So tell us about it, why you chose it.
Well, because I mean it's Christopher Walken, Max Zorin. That's the real reason to pick that movie. Plus, I'm sorry, it's the best James Bond theme song.
Right.
Oh, Duran Duran. Uh, I what's funny to me, you watch these movies and you don't think about it, and then you start to correlate, and it's kind of funny. So basically, I love the fact that Max Zorin is ex-KGB, but he's also a Nazi. It's like they checked all the boxes of a villain. And I love that he was almost doing the exact same thing as Lex Luthor from Superman, except for a different, instead of wanting the land, he wanted to make his own Silicon Valley. So I thought it was pretty funny like that. And then it was the last Roger Moore James Bond. And he had some ones, questionable ones, like Octopussy. And he kind of ended it on a good run, on a good movie. And like the cool thing is you got little cameo appearance, but Dolph Lundgren's in it. Um, the what's her name? Allison Duty, who was the female lead of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, was a henchman was one of Mayday's women. And it's just like, and Grace Jones.
Grace Jones, come on.
Grace Jones. Oh, Grace Jones is awesome.
Grace Jones is great in this movie.
That's why for me, you had Grace Jones and Christopher Walken were two great villains together.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great. Wes, what do you think of View to a Kill?
When I was a kid, it was used to be my favorite ones. Now it's not. I mean, when you watch it, it's like, yeah, I like it, but for Christopher Walken, dude, Roger Moore is so old. He's like 55 in that one. Like, but the one thing is when like Zorn's like like a test tube experiment, which is pretty interesting. Like, and so it was Rogue against, the KGB, and then the KGB's trying to reel him in. Um, yeah, Grace Jones is definitely a highlight. Also, the music is great. Um, Mayday. Still, every time I watch the end, in the mine, and then the blimp scene, like
Oh, that's good.
the blimp scene's pretty iconic. You
Yeah,
gotta
it's
watch
great.
it to understand. So,
You know what my favorite part of the movie is the beginning
Well,
because snowboarding wasn't like a cool thing at that point. Like it wasn't as big like it is right now, but the whole like part where the snowmobile blows up and he grabs the basically snowboard, it's the snow thing off the snowmobile and then starts snowboarding down the hill on it. Like, dude, that's so cool because snowboarding wasn't cool at that point. That's one of the coolest scenes in almost any of the Bond movies.
yeah.
I
The whole
think any of the
snowboarding
Bond
scene.
movies that does like a snow scene have been the best beginnings.
Yeah. I love that part of the movie right at the beginning when, like I said, snowboarding wasn't cool. He's snowboarding down off of you know, the snowboard. Basically, it's not really what it is, but it's just the snowboard on top of the snowmobile. But that's very cool. Christopher Walken, I think, does a great job in the movie. I really love him in the movie. I think he does well. And yes, Roger Moore is old in the movie, but still
Joel.
plays a good Bond. Like he does a good job.
Joel.
It's probably in my top five of Bond movies. So I do love this movie. I think it's great. And you're right, the music's really good. Also, you know, when they do like the whole they're trying to the cover up with the horses and you know they're doing the horse scenes with the horse racing. Like that's pretty cool too. So definitely one of my favorite Bonds. Good pick here.
I think top five villains.
Oh, Christopher Walken kills it as Zoran for
Well, him
sure.
and Mayday together. That's like a
Yeah,
top five duo.
yeah. This is one of the Bonds that I think the average person who doesn't watch Bond movies could watch this and enjoy it. Because there are a lot of Bond movies that if you don't watch James Bond movies and then you watch them, you're like, what the hell's going on?
Right.
Where
Like
this
Moonraker.
one,
Moonraker.
Moonraker.
yeah, right?
Like,
Seriously
don't watch
though,
Moonraker. What
you
are you
know what
gonna
I mean? You know what I
first?
mean? Like you can watch a lot of Bond movies if you don't ever watch them, and you're just like, what's happening? But this is one you can watch and enjoy regardless if you're not a Bond fan. And I do like the Dolph Lundgren cameo. It's awesome. So this is a great pick. Uh, Definitely one of my favorite. All right, so let's go to number two here. Wes, like, tell us. Never say never again. Why'd you pick it? What's great about it? Give us the synopsis.
Well, it's interesting because it's basically the same movie as Thunderball, which was like 18 years earlier, and Sean Connery played the same role. It's the same movie, but just later with better technology. And I picked this movie also because it's directed by one of my favorite directors who directed one of the greatest movies of all time, Empire Strikes Back.
Nice.
Irvin Kershner directed this movie, and I didn't know this until like a month ago. And when you watch it, it's amazing that for 1983, they have that type of technology. That movie is pretty advanced for a 007 movie. If you watch like the special effects for like Diamonds Are Forever, they ran out of money because they had to pay Sean Connery, and the special effects were terrible. And
Yeah.
there's I mean Moonraker. I mean, are you kidding me? Lasers melting people, like it's like they didn't even understand what physics was in Moonraker. This movie is pretty detailed. It's kind of hard to believe they made a movie this, and I didn't never like the movie when I first watched it because Sean Connery's old. He's like 52,
It's very old.
very old. Um, but
Cool.
he has some great lines in the movie, like the one chick, like she catches on fire. Um, I what I'm trying to figure out. I wanted you guys to watch it because I don't understand the computer scene where he's like, they played the video game, right? And that war game they're playing.
Right.
I don't understand it. You understand it?
You're like, what are you even doing? Like, how do you play this game?
How do you play it?
It's like, hey, it's 1983 and Atari is big. Let's pretend like it's a video game.
It is like the worst game. I'm like, I wanted you guys to watch, like, can you figure out this game? It was just like so bad.
You know what's funny is as a kid, I remember watching this and thinking the exact same thing, which is like, this is not even a game.
Yeah. Like, how do you stop the
Right.
lasers and then
Like, what are you guys even playing?
Yeah.
But what's cool about this movie though, when you first the beginning, I really actually enjoyed the beginning of the movie when they start talking about like how he has to go and like get his free radicals out of his body.
Yes.
That's what I thought was the best part of the movie is because this is like you got the old James Bond because
Yeah.
how many years later was this from his last movie, right?
12. It was
Right.
12.
So he hadn't had a movie in a long time, and now they're like, Bond, we need to get the free radicals out of your body, and you have to go to this like resort to like,
Yeah. But it's
heal yourself.
again, you have to watch Thunderball. It's the same exact movie. That's what's so
Right.
bizarre. Why did they make the same exact movie 18? It's the same exact movie. Domino, but Domino, and then but the crazy part is, the part with Spectre? Okay, remember when they announced, hey, you have to pay us like all this money?
Right.
Well, but you know what? That was a really great scene because that was like realistic. Like, what? We have to come up with $25 billion, and everybody freaked out in the room. And that's when M was like, okay, we're gonna have to reenact the double O's,
But then you're like, for us, when we watched it when we were young, it was different. You watch it now, you're like, okay, now this is Austin Powers with him holding the cat and $1 billion. It's like it's this it's like the Austin
Yeah,
Powers
yeah.
of the 80s or whatever.
And the
Holding
reason
the cat, dude, come on, man.
the little skeleton but the missile scenes, dude, this is a pretty for 1983. I was like, whoa, this is detailed.
Right.
But the reason why they named it Never Say Never Again is because Sean Connery, after Diamonds Forever was the last movie in 1971, said, I'll never play James Bond again.
Right.
And that's why they named it. Why
They
named
literally named
Yeah.
the movie like you said you were gonna do it, dude.
Yeah.
It's a good Bond movie though. I actually enjoyed it a lot, and I hadn't seen it in years.
Well, that's why I knew you guys haven't seen it at all because I hadn't seen it in years.
I hadn't seen that since I was 10 years old.
Well,
So
here's the reason why I have an answer for all your questions here. Why is it the same as Thunderball? And why is this? And that because it is Thunderball, like you said, and it's because it's not really a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
It's not produced by the Brock.
Broccoli or whatever.
Yeah, it's not an Eon Productions. So that's probably why it was actually made better and budget wise, but it was the original writer for Thunderball still owned the rights to Thunderball. So they remade it, and
Yeah.
then that's why they can get because Connery wasn't going to work for
Yeah. They didn't like they had a falling out.
yeah. So that's why he came back. But it was so good. I love that, like, because that's the thing. It was a James Bond movie, but it wasn't because you got Max von Sydow to play Blofeld. You got Kim
Kim
Basinger.
Basinger, yeah.
One of her Bernie Casey was Felix.
Dude, Mr. Bean was in it.
Yeah, Rowan Atkinson was in it.
Mr. Bean was in the movie. You're like, what? What's Mr. Bean doing here?
It's still kind of wild though, right? The anytime it's like you're gonna blow up the world or you gotta give me all this money, like it's just such a wild plot.
Well, that's the other thing, Wes. You're like Roger Moore was so old in View to a Kill. My gosh, Connery was ancient.
Well, no, actually, Roger Moore was 3 years older.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
older.
really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was
Moore was
55.
55, Connor was
Yeah.
52.
Yeah.
But how old was Kim Basinger compared to Connery?
Don't matter.
It's a great movie though, and it is. You're right. It's not your typical Bond movie, obviously done by different production, but and it's so different than his earlier movies too. It- that's all. That's pretty much what I liked about
It wasn't it was actually a little bit more serious when it
it.
comes
Yeah,
to the way it was made and written. I mean, you watch the the Thunderball, it's just like you just kind of like, okay, I want to see it until they get to the ransom. And then they go to the island of, Dominoes, like to some like a mermaid and all this stuff. It's like yeah, it's cheesy.
yeah. It was a little bit more. Yeah, the plot was a little thicker as far as what it feels like to watch it. So I did enjoy that about it. And again, like it's been a long time. You're talking about like 30 years since I've seen this movie. And look, we got some Golden Globes. Yeah, very enjoyable. Good movie there. Okay, the third movie we got's Goldeneye. So I specifically picked a different Bond than you guys did. One of my favorite Bond movies, even though I'm not a huge Pierce Brosnan fan, I think this is one of the better storylines that you see in Bond. Obviously Goldeneye being the weapon in the satellite, and then you've got the hackers, and it's Russian, and then going back to 006, who becomes Travion, and he thought, obviously Bond thought he was dead, and now he comes back to be the bad guy. There was just a lot of cool things. And there's parts in the movie that are wild, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know that Pierce Brosnan is the best Bond in the sense that you just don't believe he could do all the things that he's doing. And the shooting scenes are also kind of crazy, right? Like they're just like you can't just shoot 100 dudes that are shooting at you. especially at the beginning when they have if you both have AK-47s and there's 50 of them and you're just one of you and you both have the same gun, you're not shooting all of them.
Haven't you seen the latest Rambo movie where he killed like 1,000 people?
But I love the storyline of this movie. I like the fact that Pierce Brosnan seems very British, so it does seem like a 007. You bring in the new leader, what do they call her, M or whatever. And then also the storyline of once he finally figures out that, it was his previous kind of partner, but 006 or whatever. And then they have to go try to find, where the actual Goldeneye is, and it's hidden under the lake. Like there's some cool stuff in the movie. So I really enjoy that. I think it's one of the better storylines that you'll see in the Bonds. I don't think it was the greatest acting of it, especially the the chick that plays the bad on the bad. What's her name?
Molotov?
Yeah,
Molotov?
dude.
Amik Jansen?
Come on, like you're crushing dudes' lungs with your legs.
Yeah.
Dude, that's Jean Grey.
That's the answer.
That's the answer.
I
So,
thought for me it was more the Bond girl. She wasn't that
Yeah. Yeah.
actor.
Oh, what, the Russian girl?
Yeah.
She's all right.
But you had going back to the X-Men, you had Alan Cummings as Boris. I am
oh,
invincible.
I'm invincible. I think that's the part that Holly hated the most.
Yeah, I bet.
Really?
Bet you Holly hated that most. He's so annoying.
He's so annoying.
Well, you know what it was like he was like such a horror like he's
Yeah.
joking around with the girl knowing that she's gonna get killed pretty soon. He
Right.
has no like man, yeah. I like yeah, this was probably the best Pierce Brosnan
Oh,
by
definitely.
far.
Whoa, man. Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't do Die Another Day because that one
Yeah.
is by far the worst.
Dude,
Uh,
it ain't that bad.
huh?
It is pretty bad.
It's funny when I first saw Die Another Day, going off topic, but I thought that movie was cool. And then the next time I saw it, I'm like, this is the worst James Bond movie ever.
Right. It is pretty bad.
It's better, it's worse than The World's Not Enough.
Ugh,
That's a tough one.
that is
Yeah,
a
but
tough one.
is World's Not Enough? Is that Jonathan Price?
Christmas.
Denise Richards?
Yeah, that's
Ugh.
Steve Richards.
But was that Jonathan Price was the villain, right? Was that the
Yeah.
media one?
No, that's Tomorrow Never Dies.
Oh, is this the one but then this have Robert Carlyle as the
Robert Carlyle. Yeah.
see, he was awesome villain though.
Yeah, it was
He
good.
was. Well, but dude, look, Sean Bean though in
No, Sean Bean
Goldeneye,
was the best.
dude, Sean Bean killed it
Alec, he was a top five. I would say top five Bond
easily. The
villain.
top five
Oh
Bond
yeah.
villain.
Plus, hello, the game. Goldeneye the game, man.
Yeah. Oh well, that's obviously yeah. If you ever played N64, played Goldeneye, it's the best game ever.
Yeah. Just can't be odd. No one can be odd job.
Right. But even Samantha Bond playing Moneypenny was pretty cool
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Goldeneye.
Well, like I
Yeah.
said, it was Judi Dench's first. That was her first movie.
Right.
This was
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying as M. That's what I thought was pretty cool
yeah,
when she's like, I'm not gonna play your
yeah.
game of
You're chauvinistic.
your chauvinistic game. Like I'm
Yeah,
about numbers, I'm about winning.
yeah. But that was a cool. The thing about Pierce Brosnan, and this always like because I remember even as a kid, he had that contract with Remington Steel, and
Yes, he was.
they wanted him to play in the Living Daylights in 1987.
Yeah.
They didn't
There would
want
have
to.
been Mano Timothy Dalton if Remington Steele was
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. So it took 10 years for him to play Bond. And at first, I liked the opening scene for the most part, with the plane. I mean,
Dude,
whatever.
wait a minute.
That's an opening scene, right?
I
I don't
love the
like the
opening scene. Don't get me wrong. But let's just talk about when they're inside the facility and he's like walking behind and moving the like thing in front of him and they're
yeah,
not shooting him because he's moving
the weapons, yeah.
like the chemical stuff in front of him and they're all just not shooting him and it takes like 2 minutes for him to get across the whole thing and you're like, come on, guys.
Yeah. But the one thing, Pierce Brosnan, I wasn't the one thing I didn't like about World's Not Enough, and he was too serious of a Bond, you know. But in some respects, the opening scene where it's the first time he said he's James Bond. Remember that when he's talking to Onatop?
Yeah,
He says it better than any of their Bond
he
because
does.
it was natural. It
Right.
was like I'm Bond, and it wasn't trying. You know how they always try. It's like they have to try to act like I'm James Bond. It came out so natural. You're like, yeah, he is the perfect James Bond. But the movies didn't do him justice. This is the only movie that did him justice.
You're
Like the
right.
tank scene, I like the tank scene. I like that, yeah, the stupid firefight, but that's just Hollywood. Look at all the Bond movies we've watched. Look how dumb those scenes are. I mean, they're all dumb. I mean, come on.
No, I mean you're right, but tank scene's wild. The
Yeah,
the train scene's wild. Like
very into yeah.
there's so
The
many.
satellite at the end.
Oh my gosh, dude,
I'm
come
not. I
on.
don't really like that, but overall, compared to the other three movies he was in,
Right. It's
even though
definitely
the car scene in freaking Die Another Day is badass.
yeah,
Like on the ice, that was sick.
yeah.
That's the only thing I like about that movie is the car scene. But it is the best Pierce Brosnan.
I don't think there's much better of a plot in a James Bond movie though than Goldeneye. I think it's one of the best ones.
Yeah.
Like when you look at overall between like stealing the helicopter and going in and stealing Goldeneye and all of that,
Except
everything
the new
that's
ones. The
right.
new ones are much. I mean,
Well, I mean,
they're
of
just much
course,
better movies.
you should be able to make a better movie in 2010 than you could in 95.
But here in but that 95 was the height of
Right.
this was when all the best movies were made. I mean, Tarantino talked about the pendulum the other day, how the 70s was great, the 80s. He doesn't like the 80s. I disagree with that. He said it wasn't a great decade. Then he said the 90s were 70s part two. And then he compared it to nowadays, how movies suck. But still, in the 90s, I mean, Goldeneye, I mean, it was during a kind of a somewhat golden age of independent film, I would say.
Right.
More indie style.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say, I mean obviously this is Pierce Brosnan's best Bond movie. Overall, great plot, acting probably not at the top of the Bond games, but Sean Bean killed it. I think Pierce Brosnan did a good job. And also the guy that played like the CIA guy, like what's that guy's name?
Oh, he was in the other ones too. Are you
Felix?
talking about The Informant?
Yeah, no, the guy that played like he helped him when he went to Russia and then helped him when they went to
Oh, yeah.
I
never
thought
even
he did a good job.
Are we talking Joe Don Baker or?
Yeah, I think it's Joe Don Baker.
Southern dude.
Yeah,
The
it's Joe Don
second.
Baker. Yeah,
Yeah, he basically was the Felix of that
right,
Yeah.
one, and
right. Yeah, I think he played a good part. He kept calling him like Jimmy, and
Yeah.
then he
so
had Robbie Coltrane in it. You know, Hagrid.
yeah. So those are our three Bond movies. We did Goldeneye, we did Never Say Never Again, and we did View to a Kill, which overall I think were three pretty good Bond movies.
They're very different. And I like how we all picked different Bonds.
Right.
Because I
Yeah.
thought about it. I kind of, when you picked Goldeneye, I was like, no, I shouldn't do anything later than Goldeneye.
Yeah, I almost did The Living Daylights.
I License to Kill.
Oh,
Yeah,
License
I
to
was thinking
Kill.
Timothy
Talk
Dalton.
about a good villain. That dude was a good villain.
Yeah. License to Kill is good. But it's funny because Holly brought up an interesting point. She's like, because not only did I just watch these three, but I was watching all the Bonds in order for a while. She kept asking, "He's like, why are all these movies the same?"
Yeah.
And I started thinking about it. I was like, they kind of are all the same.
That's why I was gonna do Live and Let Die because that's the one that's different. But everything before it is the same.
Yeah, they're very,
Like
very similar.
The Man with the Golden Gun, I love the ending. It's like my favorite ending when he goes to the island. But the rest of the movie I don't really like.
Right.
And then The Spy Who Loved Me, I like it, but it's just too chopped up. And I hate Moonraker. So it's like, besides that, it's like I had to go with something different.
From Russia with Love? Come on, dude.
But it's just that they actually rated that
The
in the
best.
top three. Well, it was always top three.
It's
Or best.
by far one of the best.
Yeah, I would go, for me personally, that would be number 2 because Goldfinger will always be number 1.
Right. Goldfinger's good.
Wow.
Oh, so you're going to go meet the president too, Goldfinger?
But that's when he became Bond. That's
Right.
when he was comfortable. He wasn't like trying. He's like like Odd Job was the best. Like it's just like he wasn't trying.
There's a problem though, is that Derek even said it. You're like, don't, pick the newer guy. What's his name?
You mean
Daniel Craig, right? But come on, dude. Like what's that movie he does? What is it? Here it is. Casino Royale. Come on, dude.
I mean,
That's a good movie.
oh yeah. People that I talk to, especially my uncle says that's the best Bond movie.
It's a really good movie.
And I'm not a big fan of Quantum. It's all right. But overall, Casino Royale is probably top three.
It's
Top
gotta
three.
be.
Yeah.
Well, here's my take. It's like, for me, all the Daniel Craig ones are like on Her Majesty's Secret Service. They're great movies. I just don't like the Bond.
Yeah.
The action scenes, Majesty.
Because it's George Lazenby.
But
Well,
those
no, because on Her Majesty's Secret Service, a lot of people have said that's the best
It's-
Bond.
that was one of the movies that if you look at the ratings, and I never understood it until I watched it, dude, those action scenes for 1969, like the skiing and then the bobsledding scene, dude, that was a freaking good movie. I just don't like George Lazenby.
If you would have had Sean Connery in that role,
Right.
because
Yeah.
then he came back into Diamonds Are Forever after that.
Yeah, that's what's really interesting.
Because of the contract. because they were fighting, and that's why George Laramie was
But it's also like
Lazenby. He wasn't
people
even a
don't
great. He wasn't even a real actor, really.
no,
people
he
don't
was
love Timothy Dalton, but License to Kill is pretty good.
Living Daylights was good too. I mean, he wasn't a bad Bond. He just was different. He was more of a
Action.
serious actor.
Yeah,
Right.
see, that's where Daniel Craig and Timothy Dalton are kind of the same. They're more action and serious than suave and
Yeah.
smartasses.
Right. But also Casino Royale had a great plot though too. So it was fun to watch. Like you could
Right.
have put a
Well,
lot of different people in that and you still would have enjoyed it just because I thought it had a great plot.
and it's basically very common to the same as the Majesty's Secret
Right.
Service. He falls in love.
Well, it's the same. It's the same concept. He gets married and his
Yeah.
wife gets killed. No.
So okay, well let's wrap it up here with the top three. Give us your top three
No,
Bond movies.
can't do that. He had more time than that. Oh, my top. Oh, who's top three?
Each of us, let's give our top three.
Oh,
It's a tough one.
I'm gonna go. Um, this one's so tough because of George Lazenby. I don't want to put it in the top three, so I'm not. I'm gonna go Goldeneye, From Russia with Love, and Goldfinger.
Oh, that's good.
I'm going Live and Let Die, Goldfinger, and Skyfall.
Skyfall.
Yeah, because that's when he becomes Bond.
Right.
That's when he's older. He realizes, everyone's like he's too old, and he becomes what we know as Bond. It's a transition.
I'm gonna go Goldfinger on Her Majesty's Secret Service and A View to a Kill. Unpopular opinion there.
I still in my head have the View to a Kill theme song playing.
Dude, it's such a good movie. Like I just it's always been one of my favorites, so I had to put it in there. There's other movies that I think are close to it, but I had to put it up there.
Hey, let's talk about, I was surprised because I thought Wes would pick Live and Let Die as the movie to watch
Right.
because of the
We,
fantastic
we've done it. I've done it before. That's
and
why
great Jane Seymour.
we wow.
Come on, it's Solitaire.
No, but as an overall movie,
Yeah.
the only thing is that was where I think he was a little too young.
Yeah.
Gold, even just the man with the golden gun, he was such a good Bond in that movie. He was so good. Like I just don't like the middle scenes. It was cheesy. They brought what's his face back, which he was awesome in Live and Let Die. What's that actor, the Southern actor guy name, the sheriff?
Oh, the sheriff
He
from
was hilarious in Live and Let Die. He had the best lines ever. Like, God, what was his name?
he was in
We
Oh,
got ourselves a
Britt
regular
Eklund.
Ben-Hur
no,
here.
no, no. He was in actually he was also in Superman 2 playing a sheriff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's see.
He's
No, it's not Christopher Lee, is it? No.
no, Christopher Lee's Scaramanga, the villain. It's where is he?
All right, let's see. Now we got us all messed up.
Clifton James.
Oh,
Oh, close. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we talked about him. He was an eight man out as the owner he was Comiskey.
right, right.
He died. He died in 2017 in
Oh, yeah,
Glads
yeah.
Gladstone, Oregon.
Dude, yeah, dude, that guy plays the ultimate like redneck sheriff.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so good. What are you? What are you? Some sort of doomsday machine? Like his lines are classic.
He played in the Reavers with Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
Also in Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah.
Dude, that talk about typecast.
Yeah, because he's sheriff in Silver Streak too.
Right. That's the biggest typecast you'll ever see.
Although he was good as Comiskey and Eight Men Out, though. You really hated him.
Right. Yeah, he did a really great job.
But yeah, back to Yaphet Kotto was great as Kananga in Live and Let Die. And then, of course, the great Baron Zamundi.
Yeah.
In Live and Let Die?
Yeah, yeah, because Yaphet Kotto was the villain.
Right.
And then you had Tee Johnson with the prosthetic pin shirt
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah, that was such a wild movie with all the voodoo stuff.
hmm That's in my top five.
Yeah, that's such a good one.
That's my favorite Roger Moore.
Yeah. I mean, it's not better than View to Kill for me, but it's right there. It was really good. Because it's such a unique plot or, the storyline and you think about like Louisiana, but then voodoo coming from the Caribbean and how it moved up there. Like
Mm.
that was really it was really good plot. Now I'm gonna have to go watch that right now because I only made it up to like I think Her Majesty's Secret Service was the last one I watched when I was trying to watch them all.
You got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, Live and Let Die, you just have to get through Diamonds Are Forever, then you get
right.
Live and Let Die.
Let's say I only got two more to get to there, but man, it's hard to watch the marathon of them at night when you're ready to
Yeah.
go to sleep.
Yeah, it's hard. Like I'll try and have Caitlin watch older movies. And because for us, we watched them when we were kids or whenever, and like the special effects and stuff don't bother us because we've seen it and we know. But like for someone who's never watched movies like that,
Oh,
and like this is so hokey.
it's
It is.
it's hard to watch.
That's why someone that could actually remake them all the older ones, that would be pretty cool.
Oh, you mean the Bonds?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough.
To
I don't think
modernize
so.
them.
It's so hard to make Bond nowadays.
Yeah. There's a there's a different style just of acting of also just what you can get away with.
Too cool.
Like you can't really do the things that Bond used to do these days.
Yeah.
That was tough to do. But I mean if you could remake it, man, that'd be so good.
Dude, it would be, of course, the original,
Could
some of the
you
originals.
imagine like a new version of Doctor No?
Oh, yeah. Well, any of them. Dude, you could actually make Moonraker now.
Never say never again, again.
Again, yeah. Octopussy, like, yeah.
Yeah, that would be
That one would
interesting.
be changed. That name would be changed.
Right, exactly.
Dr.
That's so
Octopus.
good.
The old Dr. Octopus.
No, dude, the one that needs to be remade and made better is Moonraker. Come on.
Yes,
Right.
because you can make it now.
But you could make it a lot better with today's technology and CGI, dude.
That's
You
what I'm
could make
saying.
Moonraker good.
Yeah.
Here's the have you heard this Mandela effect from Moonraker? Um, the girl that Jaws is with doesn't have braces.
Whatever. What?
Yeah. I could like the whole thing is like you swear that when he smiles at her, she smiles back and she has
His
braces.
braces, right.
But they're like, no, she never had braces.
She 100% had braces.
Trust me, I know she had braces.
100%.
Yeah.
Did you watching it
Did
streaming?
you see the movie?
No,
Well,
no.
that's the thing. That's what she's saying. It's like the whole Mandela effect is
I
people are.
know, dude. There's so many of those out there, though, that you just, every time somebody says one, you're like, no. It's like the Energizer Bunny, like, didn't have the Energizer Bunnies on his back. They were on his legs. Like, get out of here. We're the Energizer Bunny had the batteries on his back 100%, right?
Yeah.
But no, he didn't. They're on his legs. Really? The Silence of the Lambs, he didn't say, "Hello, Clarice."
What did he say?
He didn't say, "Hello, Clarice." But you remember that, don't you?
Yeah.
Right. That's not what he said. Dude, the Mandela effect stuff is wild.
Wouldn't
Because
people say that it's because like alternate realities or
I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you, it's not what I remember as a kid.
hmm
We could go through those all night, and you guys just be like, "Nope, don't remember that. I remember this different."
well, like the cornucopia in the Fruit of the Loom.
Right. Never had a cornucopia. You tell me there wasn't a cornucopia
I
holding the
don't even
fruit.
know what a cornucopia was besides
Right.
that.
Unless I saw the Fruit of the Loom commercial. It's the only reason I
Yeah.
knew what a cornucopia was.
And I
Uh,
swear there was a Sinbad genie movie.
100% there was a Sinbad genie movie. 100% I watched that. I don't know.
People are just trying to gaslight us.
You know what? Watch the next podcast. That's what we're doing. Mandela effects. We're gonna bring them all to light. We're gonna talk about them all next podcast. All right, guys. Let's thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.